The Ugly Duckling by Hans Christian Andersen.
Μια εργασία του Γιώργου Πιτροπογιατάκη.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a pond where the ducks and their ducklings swam all day. All the ducks were happy, all except for a lonely mother duck who had waited so very long for her eggs to hatch.
No one ever stops to gossip anymore.
Finally, one bright summer day,
Well, at last.
all the yolks of the eggs came alive and stuck out their heads.
Well, how big the world is! Lots more room than in the dark show. Huh? You think this is the whole world? Why, it stretches far, far beyond the garden right into Farmer D's field. Come, I will... What's this? Another egg, not yet hatched? What a big one!
And down she sat again. How much longer will I have to wait? Just then, an elderly duck came up from the pond.
Still setting? But your ducklings are hatched. How pretty they are, too. Why, thank you, Madam Donny. But there's still one here that won't come out. My, such a shook one. Probably a turkey egg. Don't bother to hatch it. It will give you nothing but trouble.
Mother Duck hesitated only a moment. No, it's my job to set, and set I must. And down she sat once more. Suddenly, out of the monster egg popped a head. Two gawky wings appeared. And finally, the whole young bird stepped out.
What is it?
She is ugly, but he's awfully sweet. Well, we'll soon see if you are a turkey or a duck.
Quick, quick,
Into the water, all of you. Let's see who sinks or swims. One after another, the ducklings waddled into the pond. The water closed over them at first, but soon up they came again, floating merrily, paddling along with their funny webbed feet. He is no turkey. He swims very well indeed. He must be mine.
look sharp now. You must meet the other ducks in the duckyard.
Turn your feet out. So. Stretch your necks. So.
Now, 1, 2, 3. Wow, that's all we need. Another big family. There's hardly enough for us to eat. And look at that ugly one. What's he doing here? I'm going to call my husband. Do something. We cannot allow such a queer creature to live among us.
You're right, my dear. He doesn't belong here. And without warning, the big drake pounced on the poor ugly duckling. Mother Duck quickly flew to her baby's rescue.
Leave him alone,
You bully! He's too ugly to stay here.
He's not.
But the drake wasn't the only one who scorned the ugly little fellow. Something wrong with that one. He's too big for a duck.
Must have lain in the egg too long. What's a sight?
Get out of here, you ugly thing!
Get out! Get out!
This food is not for you. Ugly Duckling. We raise only very pretty ducks here.
Even the farmer's wife was horrified when she saw Mother Duck's new baby.
Where did that big thing come from?
Even his own family grew ashamed of their odd-looking brother.
Let's not play with him. He's not like the rest of us at all.
So sad was the poor duckling that even his mother couldn't comfort him. "Oh, why aren't I cute and little like the others?" "You don't have to be. You swim as well as the others. Better even. I don't care if you are not so pretty. It doesn't matter." Yes, it does matter too. If no one likes me, and no one will play with me because I'm so ugly, I don't want to be around here at all. And so he left his mother, brothers and sisters, and set out into the world all alone. He swam and swam for long, weary hours. Even the birds are frightened by ugly me, until he came to a swamp where wild ducks lived. I hope nobody sees me while I sleep. When he woke the next day,
Good morning. What kind of a thing are you?
I am a duck, I think. Who are you?
We are the wild ducks.
You are pretty ugly for a duck. But if you are a distant relative, you may join us. I can swim very well
and won't be any trouble. Suddenly, what was that noise? The noise was made by a hunter, aiming their deadly rifles. In an instant, the ugly duckling's new friends lay dead before his startled eyes. Terrified, the lost duckling looked for some place to hide. At last, the shooting stopped. What were those whizzing things? Couldn't be rain. Rain rolls off a duck's back. Just when Ugly was feeling safe, a new danger appeared. The ugly duckling was sure his end was near.
Mother, help!
But the next moment, the dog dropped the ugly duckling with a thump. Thank goodness, I'm so ugly. Even the dog didn't want me. But now I'm lost. I don't know which way to go. A sudden wind blowing across the marshes helped the duckling make up his mind. It picked him up and blew him across water and fields until he found himself bruised and weary at the door of a poor cottage. Maybe they will let me in. Oh dear, there is a hen and a cat in there. They won't want me. But just then,
What's this?
A poor duckling.
Well, now I have fresh hen's egg. Maybe you will give me duck eggs.
yes, madam.
I hope so.
Madam.
Well, come in and make yourself at home. What is she bringing in now? I never saw anything like that before.
Several weeks passed, and the ugly duckling didn't lay a single egg.
I don't believe you can lay an egg, can you? I guess not. I thought as much. Can you purr? or throw out sparks from your fur? Oh, of course not. I haven't any fur. What can you do then? I can float. What good is that? It's fun. I can chase the fish and take headers and dive down to the bottom. It's lots of fun. Fun? How silly. You are not only ugly, you are stupid as well. What's wrong with fun? You make me sick, you do. You think that laying eggs and purring are the only important things in the world. You are stuck up and conceited. Of all the ungrateful wretches, after we gave you a warm home. And when you were one of us, it was the old lady who took me in, not you. But don't worry, this is the last you will see of me. Now, where shall I go? If I could fly, I'd go with those birds. I should be able to fly. I feel as though I should be going where they are going. Oops! The young duckling's wish to fly south with the birds was natural and right, but he just wasn't ready to fly yet. At last, the ugly duckling found the peaceful place where no one bothered him. It was autumn now. One evening, the sun went down in a blaze of glory. As Ugly watched, a flock of lovely swans came out of a grove. How beautiful they are! They swim so proud and straight. With a strange cry, they took to the air. And to his surprise, the ugly duckling heard the same cry come from his own scrawny throat. As the little lonely fellow watched the wonderful swans fly away to warmer lands, his heart beat wildly. Oh, if I could only be as beautiful as they. But that could never be. I'd be happy just to be near such pretty birds. And thinking of the swans, the duckling fell asleep. I will stay over here so they won't see me. There is a man. He's going to shoot them. They will die like the wild ducks. I must warn them. Oh, there! Beautiful birds! Fly! Fly! Danger! I will save you. Thank goodness the lovely ones escaped. My wing, it hurts. It doesn't matter what happens to me as long as they are safe. They are coming back. He saved our lives. How brave, how fast he swam. I have always been a good swimmer. He's fainted. He's badly wounded. Let's take him to our nest and nurse him back to health. Rest, little one. You will soon be better. You are ugly, but you have a brave heart. You may stay with us as long as you wish. As long as I live. But the sharp winds of the winter woke the lost duckling from his pretty dream. The ice is beginning to cover the pond. He had to swim round and round just to keep himself warm. And slowly the ice closed in. One night, while sleeping, the ugly duckling
froze fast on the surface of the pond. Next morning,
What's that?
a poor duckling. He is frozen, as stiff as a board. At long last, the cruel winter left the ponds and woods. It was spring again. Back to northern skies came the birds and the swans. And through the bulrushes a lone bird wandered. It was the ugly one, but he was no longer a little duckling. He had grown up. Suddenly he spied the beautiful swans and, without thinking, uttered his strange high cry of greeting. At once the answer came out from what had once been the ugly duckling, but he was no longer ugly. As white as a bright cloud, he sailed out across the pond. But he still did not know that he had grown into a swan. They will hate me like the hens, the ducks, the cat, and the farmer's wife, because I'm so ugly. But I don't care. They can hurt me and laugh at me as much as they want. I must be near them. Imagine his surprise when the swans met him with a warm welcome. Bending his head shyly, he saw himself in the smooth mirror of the pond.
I am a swan. I'm not ugly anymore.
All the children came to see the new swan. He is the prettiest of them all.
The old swans bow before him.
He is the new prince of the swans. And his old enemies stared in wonder. Now they wouldn't dare to hurt me, but I forgive them, for they did not know how mean they were, and none of them is as happy as I am now.
The end.
Μια εργασία του Γιώργου Πιτροπογιατάκη.